Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have an update for you today regarding the massive hacking of all sorts of people and companies that occurred yesterday. It was all Twitter accounts. This includes Ripple was hacked yesterday, Barack Obama, Apple. I mean, it was absolutely massive. So if you're anywhere in the world of Twitter, you should probably already be aware. Like, I would guess you know about this, right? I mean, there's a chance if you haven't checked the news on anything crypto related in a day or two, maybe you don't know what happened, especially if you're not on Twitter. This was gigantic, completely unprecedented, all sorts of speculation about what caused this. We do have an update here today, and I'm going to share with you some comments from Ripple CTO David Schwartz in case you missed them the other day. And you've also got, on the same topic, this piece from Cointelegraph titled, Goldbug Peter Schiff. Is the Twitter hack a harbinger for Bitcoin? Well, to me, that seems like a little bit of a stretch right there, but you know lovable Peter Schiff. I do like this guy. He's anti-Bitcoin, thinks it's all going to zero along with the entire crypto asset class, and he just wants to sell his yellow rocks, his precious gold. But interesting article nonetheless. So lots to talk about here. Before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button, I would certainly appreciate the support. And also, if you are a fan of Ripple and XRP, I think you might just be the coolest person on the entire planet. Now, since I complimented you, the right thing to do would be to return the favor by subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel, which is also, fun side note, the Moon Lamboist of all channels on the YouTubes. I saw this from XRP community member Munch. If you're not driving, feel free to take a look at the screen. But if you are driving, you keep your hands on the wheel at 10 and 2, motorist. But I like this. There's a bunch of tech wire stuff going on here. And there's a sign that says, in case of cyber attack, break glass and pull cables. Yes, there you go. That will absolutely stop it. I thought it was funny, so thought I'd start the video with that. So what actually happened yesterday? Again, with Ripple actually being hacked along with, like, apparently every other business on the planet and humans. Like, it's ridiculous the degree to which people and businesses were impacted here. So here's the headline. Twitter reveals cause of unprecedented security hack, placing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in the crosshairs. And by the way, I heard this too. I don't think I read it in this article when I was mapping out the video. Yeah, I don't. Oh no, it was okay. I'll save it for the end. We've got the amount of Bitcoin that was collected as a result of this scam. And good luck laundering that if you want it. But anyway, moving on. Twitter says it's learning what triggered a massive hack that targeted the social media giant's top accounts in order to spread a Bitcoin scam. The hackers managed to briefly take over the accounts of former President Barack Obama, presumptive presidential nominee Joe Biden, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, that's the Amazon guy, this is big, and Elon Musk on Wednesday. And, of course, Elon Musk being the guy that runs SpaceX and was hired by Ripple to help XRP get to the moon. That was a joke from XRP, the Standard Productions, by the way. That's not real. But the hack also targeted a number of crypto-related accounts, including Binance and CEO CZ. Now, the compromised accounts sent malicious tweets that urged followers to send $1,000 in Bitcoin with the promise of doubling their contribution. And a lot of the tweets were a little bit different, but they were all essentially saying the same thing in terms of send in Bitcoin and we'll essentially like double back. Obvious scam stuff, right? Twitter says a coordinated attack targeting the company's employees eventually gave the cyber criminals access to the accounts. And here's the quote. Check this whole thing out. So this is the latest from Twitter. We detected what we believe to be a coordinated social engineering attack by people who successfully targeted some of our employees with access to internal systems and tools. We know they used this access to take control of many highly visible, including verified, accounts and tweet on their behalf. We're looking into what other malicious activity they may have conducted or information they may have access, and we'll share more here as we have it. Internally, we've taken significant steps to limit access to internal systems and tools while our investigation is ongoing. More updates to come as our investigation continues. We have locked accounts that were compromised and will restore access to the original account owner only when we are certain we can do so securely. This was disruptive, but it was an important step to reduce risk. Most functionality has been restored, but we may take further actions and will update you if we do. We also limited functionality for a much larger group of accounts, like all verified accounts, even those with no evidence of being compromised, while we continue to fully investigate this. So Twitter also tells users that they may not be able to tweet or reset their passwords as the company continues to look into the issue. So completely unprecedented here. And this, frankly, could have been much worse. And I've been watching all sorts of various YouTubers, not just in the world of crypto, speculating that the real intent of this was not to get Bitcoin, which is all trackable anyway. Some people think that it's some sort of state out there, perhaps the Chinese government that had a hand at this. And I'm not going to speculate on that. I'm just sharing with you the types of things that I've seen addressed here. But it's all about control. And then there's concerns also that, although obviously there are all these accounts tweeting this Bitcoin scam, that there could have been tremendous data collected from individuals' actual direct messages, their inbox. And so then there's speculation from some that perhaps we're going to see all sorts of stuff drop, maybe even closer to the U.S. presidential election later this year. And again, that to me, it is all just speculation, but it's interesting for the sake of conversation. So I thought I'd mention some of the stuff that I've been hearing from other YouTubers unrelated specifically to crypto. But it's funny because Bitcoin's kind of at the core of this, because that was the nature of the actual scam that was taking place here. At least it wasn't XRP, right? But based on, check this out. So how much Bitcoin did these scammers get? Well, based on Bitcoin transaction records, the wide-scale crypto scheme worked. The address associated with the scam has already received more than 12 Bitcoin worth $110,393 at time of publishing. Nearly all the funds collected in the wallet are already on the move, with the hackers likely looking for ways to obscure the origins of the funds and cash out. So they're going to have to find a way to clean that particular Bitcoin. And I don't know how this works. I've never looked into it. I have no interest. I mean, I guess it would be kind of interesting to know conceptually how it works, but I'm not going to do anything bad, so I don't need to know it. But I think that from what little bits I have read over the years, that using privacy coins, that can be a way to, if you can convert into that and then move it from one exchange to another, it might be very difficult, if not impossible, to actually track this. So that way you can, like, quote unquote, clean the Bitcoin that's dirty right now. Because Bitcoin, look, it's on a public blockchain. You can see where it goes, and so that's why, like, all this illicit activity that happened back in the day, like Silk Road, that was stupid. Like, everything you did was being tracked. Like, it absolutely was. So a lot of people ended up in some major trouble as a result of all this. Now you had David Schwartz, and I'll be brief with this. I mentioned this yesterday. He put out a tweet shortly after this all started going down, warning people not to send crypto to any account that says, send us some crypto and we'll send you more back, which is very nice. And then he wrote the following. The latest I'm hearing is that all of the compromised accounts used third-party scheduling/monitoring services that had read/write apps wrap access to their accounts. If anyone knows of a hacked account that didn't have any apps with read/write access, please let me know. And so that wasn't addressed, but I don't know. I think Twitter's probably going to be holding some of the truth here close to their chest, at least, if not permanently, because maybe it's damaging. Hopefully they'd be transparent sufficiently, but I could see them holding a lot of this closer until they have more certainty as far as what's going on here. But they're going to have to address the public in a more substantial way moving forward here. But I don't know what it would be like in actually collecting all the necessary data so that you can actually reasonably report in a more sufficient way than beyond what they've done today. So at least they put something out there. They obviously absolutely had to do something. There's some not so happy people about what has gone down here. And now you've got this from Cointelegraph. Goldbug Peter Schiff, is the Twitter hack a harbinger for Bitcoin? Goldbug and notorious cryptocurrency critic Peter Schiff wonders whether the recent hack of verified profiles on Twitter is a harbinger of Bitcoin itself being hacked. In a July 16 tweet, Schiff mentioned yesterday's mass hack of verified Twitter profiles, which were used to promote a Bitcoin scam, further suggesting that it could be a prelude to a hack of the cryptocurrency itself. To me, that's silliness. But here's what he wrote. It looks like all verified Twitter accounts have been hacked by someone running a Bitcoin scam. For once, not being verified has its advantages. So apparently Peter Schiff wasn't verified. I didn't realize that. I don't care. But anyway, he's not verified. And he writes, I wonder if this is a harbinger of Bitcoin itself being hacked. Better to play it safe and just buy gold. So there you go. Peter Schiff seeking to sell his yellow rocks and trying to scare people. Perhaps now Bitcoin itself will be... There is no connection to that whatsoever. You know, businesses and people getting hacked, you know, having their accounts hacked on Twitter is not in any way, shape, or form an indication that there's some sort of new hacking threat to Bitcoin, which frankly, relatively, I mean, it's a pretty secure network. I mean, we have talked about this, the threat towards, you know, as far as a 51% attack, just based on where the mining's taking place, totally legit there. But we don't have any indication that because of the hacks that occurred on Twitter, that something along those lines is going to occur. So to me, it's just too far, and it's just silly goose Peter Schiff just talking about Bitcoin, not really knowing what he's talking about. It's just adorable. That's it for this video, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because if anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo!